day, another Satoshi. How are you doing, financial fam? It is your favorite investor, Malcolm McFly. Now, I hope your enthusiasm matches this market, and if not, we're definitely gonna give you your little CT Fletcher motivation for the day. Now, looking at the market, a con. Can I say this is a con? No, I don't want to say con. That may be too strong of a word. But I guess one just slightly negative thing about how the market's going up, right? When you're so used to the bear market and everything being in red, you tend to embrace it. Like you tend to get excited, like, okay, cool. So I just have to buy my coins and I get, handfuls and handfuls at a time. But once that bull market starts, you can't necessarily get as much as you wanted. So that's kind of what I wanted to cover in today's video, building and tailoring the perfect portfolio for 2019, regardless of what kind of market we are in, and regardless of any income as well. So without further ado, let's get it started. Okay, a little quality control for the morning. We see Bitcoin, little sub below 8,000. Not bad at all, 78. Total market $247 billion. So this may be the sideways. Who knows? We could go a little lower. Nothing wrong with that at all. But building and tailoring your perfect portfolio, I believe, can be achieved in 5 to 6 easy steps. I'm not going to say easy steps. 5 to 6 moderate steps, if taken very seriously, and most importantly, having an end goal. I am more than sure any type of investor, from the expert to the novice level, can see incredible gains and even situation changing events. So let's get started. I believe the first step in building and tailoring your perfect portfolio is proper research of the company and or technology coin and paper trading daily. So what do I mean by that? Basically, what I mean is, hey man, I love Malcolm's videos. He's so knowledgeable. He talks about cool coins and stuff, but you can't take what I say for face value, or what anyone says. Such and such investor, anyone. Warren, I don't care if they're Warren Buffett doesn't really count. Not in the crypto space, but take everything with a grain of salt, and most importantly, do your own research. Now remember, everything is circumstantial, and what's good for me may not be good for you. You could have a family, stuff like that. So everything is circumstantial, but proper research will negate, I dare say, 85 to 95% of bad decisions. Now, when I say paper trading, let me get my other paper where we at. What I mean is pick a coin, maybe 2 or 3, and follow them for an entire month. So basically, for what quarter are we in? We're in the second quarter. Okay, so basically from now until June 16th, pick 2 to 3 coins, and every single day, I'd say about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, whatever time you wake up, perform some QC. Get a composition book, write down the date, the time, and the current price of whatever coin you're looking at. And do that every day for like 30 days. That way you have your own little, dossier of, okay, it was 32 cents. Matter of fact, so we don't have to be arbitrage, I'll pull mine up 1 second. All right. And now let's look at Cardano. Let's see, go all the way back to about, let's say the 17th of April. 8 cents, fluctuated a little over 8 cents, and it continued to do so until about the 19th, where you could get some for about 7 cents. 7.5 cents. The following week, the 27th, you can get one for an even 7 cents. May it dropped down to about 6 cents. So from the beginning of the year, the beginning of this year, Cardano was only at 4 cents. So of course that would have been an opportune time to pick it, or to grab it, But basically what I'm saying is, because you have a aesthetic or visual, you can open your book and look at where these prices are going, the percentage gains and or losses. It will make you feel a little easier about getting into a coin. Now, let us see here. Now, the second step I would say to building your portfolio for this year is you must have a projected end goal. So are you saving for what, the end of this year? Are you saving for the end of the presidential term, 5 years, 10 years? Like, you have to know how long. Maybe this is going to be you, like from now on, like henceforth, you're just going to keep saving and saving and saving, which is also a good thing, but you must have a projected end goal. Why am I even
Here are some quick daily insights in Cardano for today, Wednesday the 15th of May. Cardano
talking when you talking. But you must have a projected end goal is what I'm saying. So why am I going to invest in Cardano? What does it do for me? How much time will I have to allocate? And that's another important thing. Time is our most important asset. I stress that every time I get on this microphone. How you use your time can very well place you in a different situation and or circumstance. So having that projected end goal today, the middle of May, in the middle of the second quarter, I have this coin. Now let's say by the end of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth, so in October, I would like to have X amount of dollars invested in this coin. Whatever the price be, that will yield my percentage gain or loss, depending on how the market moves. But have an end goal. Know your end goal and stick to it. Don't let anyone sway you, and always remember why you first came to that coin. Now, a lot of this people can say is, okay, a lot of this is common sense, or maybe common sense. Okay, let's get into some intangibles. Let's get into something that's really, really, really going to help. And I can personally attest it's going to work because it worked for me. Now, the third step in tailoring your perfect portfolio and or blockfolio for 2019, delay your gratification. What do I mean? Okay. We all have vices, right? Some of us like company. Some of us drink. Shopaholics, like whatever. We all have these things we do to de-stress ourselves, or basically to keep going. Now, when you delay your gratification, you're basically practicing discipline. Okay? You're basically saying, for the greater good, I'm going to forego said event just to enjoy a greater consequence. And when I mean consequence, it doesn't necessarily have to be negative, but a greater consequence later. So that's all it is. Just delay your gratification. Now, this is my favorite step, and I'm talking about the fourth step now, and I probably stress this to everyone I talk to. Matter of fact, let me go to Ripple because that's one of my favorite coins, and I want to speak on that briefly. Now, when everyone tells me, "Oh, I'm not sure, how to invest," or I might not make enough to invest, or all I have is this much, so I might as well do. Okay, well, we're gonna play a numbers game really quick.
Hi, here is a quick daily catch-up of Ripple for today, Wednesday the...
Now, the fourth step to building your portfolio, I would say 10 to 33% of your income must be just not you. Like, that's what I would use to invest. Now, of course, it goes back to what I said. Everything is circumstantial. My situation may not reflect your situation. I may have a family, children, a wife. You could be single, by yourself. So what works for the goose, or what works for you, may not work for me, but I believe a very safe, regardless of your income, be it you be part-time, be it you have a career, 10 to 33% of your income, I believe is a great investment. And I'm gonna show you how. All right, let's pull up our handy dandy calculator. Right now, let's say I live in a state where recycling is permissible, right? Like, they're basically not gonna fine you or stop you from recycling. So let's say I recycle when I can, go to parks every time there's an event, quinceañera or something like that, help clean up, get all the bottles and cans, and I work at a warehouse, right? Now, to some, this is like, okay, this is on a menial scale, but ends are being made. And let's say you only make $700, right? $700 every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, you're only making $700, right? So 10% of 700 is $70. So if we take $70 and let's use our flux capacitor real quick. Let's go back 2 years to this date to see how much Ripple was. I believe it was like a quarter, if I'm not mistaken. It might have been lower than that. But whenever my computer wants to refresh, we're going to see, let me see, May 15th, 2017, I believe. Yeah, this whole top 10, 22 cents. Okay. So, first paycheck, you have $70. And it's like, okay, I've been studying Ripple. I want to buy some Ripple. And it's only at 22 cents, right? That will yield you 318 Ripple at that time for your first purchase. That's not bad. I don't think that's bad at all. 318, obviously, if you just wanted to. So you store it, hold on to it, research it, you know, do whatever you want with it, but you still have your value of your money, your funds you earn from work. That's $70. You still have it. It's just tied in Ripple, cryptocurrency. Now, contingent if Ripple dips to 20%, you didn't lose your money. You may have lost a little value of it. Right now, if it goes up a quarter, 30 cents, boom, you just made your money. Now, let's say for 2 years, you forgot about this. You forgot all about this Ripple. Like, oh yeah, I did buy that, right? Present day, Ripple's 40 cents. And that's like a pullback. I believe I saw it at 45, 46 cents last night. I was hoping for a 50 cent. So in those 2 years time, you could have doubled your money. Now that I might say a lot. Also in those 2 years time, Ripple went as high as I believe, what, $3.86, something like that. But it starts with discipline. Basically, that's what I'm saying. So I could have taken that $70 and had an event, went out, try to entertain someone, or I could have took a step for that greater good. Because when you guys really think about it, a month really isn't a long time. A quarter really isn't a long time. And when you start to take things, I like to take things by quarters, your year really starts to fly by. So, you know, just play with your numbers. Only you know how much, well, other people may know how much you make, but play with those numbers, see what you're comfortable with, never invest more than what you're willing to lose, and take it from there. Now, this perhaps is one of the most important rules. I know my screen has been stagnant a little bit. We're going to play around the screen a little bit. Now, we are in some would say a bull market, right? Or in the genesis of it. One of the most frustrating things about being in a bull market or being a new investor is when you see everything in green, innately you almost assume, okay, everything's going to keep going up. And that's not necessarily the truth. You have to remember, let's look at the 6 to 8 to 9 months prior to all of this green, right? And then let's think about all those people who were investing that whole time. Do you think they're still going to be buying now that everything shot up, or are they going to wait a little bit? You know, take some money, wait for it to go down, invest a little more. Essentially, that is the best goal. But that leads me to my fifth tip in the building your portfolio. Don't be tempted to buy while it's soaring, right? Plot your entry points. So remember when we said we bought Ripple at 22 cents, right? That would mean you would write down 0.2207, whatever. And I recommend I would never buy over that 5%, 5 to 10% over that price and everything under that price. That's to, you know, maximize your bags. Now, if you just have a 5 to 10 year projection, it really doesn't matter. You can get it at any price. But this just to make sure, you know, as people say, dollar cost averaging, you're not just throwing money away. You want to make sure you get the most bang for your buck. This really isn't a hard thing to do, guys. I promise if you do this 21 to 28 days consecutively, make it a routine, you'll be surprised at you know, the things you're able to accomplish. I have to look back for the past 2.5 years I've been into crypto, and everything I've been able to do and still ongoing is very, very fun. Very, very fun. I can't wait to document some of the things. I got my first car. Well, not my first car, but my first car I purchased with crypto, and I can't wait to film with that. It was dope. I bought nothing new, you know, nothing super extravagant, fresh off the lot. If anything, I bought it from my mechanic. But I cashed out some Ripple last year and was able to, or excuse me, at the beginning of this year, and I was able to do it. But just possible, feasible things that people are able to do just by being diligent, patient, and delaying gratification. I promise you guys would be surprised. For the year 2018, in no particular order, I believe Cardano, IOTA, Ripple, Dash, and Ethereum were some of the top performing coins. Binance, an honorable mention. But 2018, that was damn near, like, the first quarter was exuberance, and then right after that, that's when we just fell into the bull market. But these coins are the ones that were able not just to stay afloat, but to really, really gain dominance and show you that they're here to stay. Like, if you look at the top, let's see, 10 coins, well, I'll say top 20 coins. Top 20 coins on Coin Checkup, as far as market cap, you'll see they're very near $1 billion. Very, very close to $1 billion in market cap. So, again, I will reiterate, everything is circumstantial. What am I doing? This is the most important step. Okay, so there's 6 steps, ladies and gentlemen. There are 6 steps. The last step: safely and securely store your private keys, be that on your computer, written down in a safe composition that's buried in your backyard, a ledger wallet, which is my preference. You can never go wrong with a ledger wallet. Only thing better than a ledger wallet is 2 ledger wallets. Personal opinion. I'm not being sponsored or anything. That's just my personal opinion. But store your keys. How much sense would it make to get paid from work, cash your check, come home, and, just leave the money on the dresser or whatever and just go to sleep? That's not necessarily the safest place, right? Even if you didn't have a bank account, that's not the safest place. So I implore you, get a cash drawer, a safe, something to secure your funds, so you can get in the mind state of, okay, I am my own bank. I draft my own BSA guidelines. I am in charge of my funds. And there's nothing that gives you that much, motivation than securing your funds. So Ledger Wallet supports damn near over 500 different coins. If you're running out of space, sometimes I run out of space on mine as well. You just have to delete the apps, close your ledger, restart it, open it back again, make sure it's the most up to date. But it pretty much works. Like Cardano, you can store on your ledger, but you'll have to access it through a different wallet, much like Neo, much like Ontology, but you can still store it on there. So that pretty much wrapped this video up, guys. I feel like I have been rambling. The screen has been very, very, very still, but I really wanted to make this video before we go into halftime, because I feel 2019, I'm not gonna say this is the last year, but this may very well be some of the last moments where the average Joe Schmo part-time minimum wage investor can comfortably get in before everything just takes off and it's like, well, that ship is sailed, right? As always, you guys be safe, hodl everything, plot your price points, and I'm gonna see you guys in the playoffs. I'm out.